Hi guys, sorry it's really dark in here and I'm just gonna lean on my son's chair. Okay, no, that looks too sexual like that, I'm not doing that. Hi guys, so I'm back today and I'm going to be doing another video that is another negative video, but hey, whatever. I'm just going to be real with you. It's about MAC. I love MAC's product and that is what's been holding them up for so long because it's definitely not their customer service. Firstly, let me start off by saying I didn't want to make this video in the beginning because I thought that people would get offended. But then I realised I could make a video about marshmallows and how I love them, and there would still be someone out there that got offended and saying that, you know, they hate marshmallows and it's bad of me to like them, or, you know, they're bad for your health or something. So anyway, I just decided, you know what, I'm going to do it. Also, the thing that triggered me on was a phone call from my friend who actually called me to help her find her concealer colour while she was in MAC, while there were people there working at MAC, and it's their job to help her, and they were not helping her, so I was helping her over the phone. The customer service. I have been in MAC multiple times. I've been to multiple different MAC and I've always had the same gist of experience when I've gone into MAC. Now it varies from whether I'm wearing makeup or if I'm not wearing makeup. It varies to how my treatment will be. If I'm wearing makeup, they won't approach me for help, but they will conversate with me. If I'm not wearing makeup, I am totally disregarded as a human being, and I'm obviously not going to buy anything because I'm not wearing makeup. And people that don't wear makeup never wear makeup, not even if they're going out to a party. So obviously they wouldn't be in the MAC store to spend their money. So yeah, so when I go in there without makeup, I get no help. And if I do ask for help, it's very minimal, very dismissive help. And then when I do go in there with makeup, I kind of feel like I'm getting judged on my makeup, because my other friends that are into makeup when they go to MAC say the same thing, so they obviously think that this is some sort of parade of girls that they're there to judge, like this is the flipping America's Next Top Model, and no, that is not the case. I just want to buy some makeup and you're meant to help me. Why should I be worrying about how my makeup looks when I'm going to the MAC shop because of how the girls are going to treat me? That shouldn't make any sense. All the times I've been into MAC and asked being matched with my colour, I have always been given with the wrong colour. It was not until I did research on my own that I worked out my colour. No one actually ever helped me work out my colour. They've made me buy colours that weren't my colour. Well, they haven't made me, but they told me it's my colour, convinced me that it is, and convinced me that I'm somehow blind, and I end up buying it, and then I come home and I'm thinking, why the hell did I buy that? And you can't return anything over here, so you know if it's not your colour, then mate, you've got it. I just wanted to talk about my most recent experience in MAC. I went to go and get the face and body foundation, which is amazing, and this was the first time I've bought a foundation or a powder or anything that has to have a colour, and it's actually been my colour because I worked it out by watching another girl on YouTube who was a similar tone to me saying that she was a C5, and I thought, wait, hold up. I was like, C? I didn't know there was a C before because no one's ever even mentioned that I was ever possibly a C. I'm always an NC and it's always too pink, and I was thinking, how can a neutral cool colour be so pink on me? But anyway, so when I worked that out, I was like, okay, next time I go to MAC, I'm going to buy something that is within the C scale of things, because that's obviously going to be a better fit for me. So I went to MAC, I toddled on down there and I asked to have the MAC face and body in C5 and C6. Well, when I first walked in, I was hovering around for ages just waiting to see if anyone would come over, just being a typical English person, instead of asking for help, I'll kind of stand and obviously no one came over. So I went over and asked the girl for help, and she went, oh, okay, what do you need help with? Very unhappy to help me, very unpleased to help me. So that whole time was just very awkward. I was thinking, wait, hold up a second, I swear you were just cleaning the side. I said, I just want to know where the MAC face and body is because I want to have a look at the colours C5 and C6 to see which one's better fit for me. She went, neither of them's going to be your colour, you're an NC. I said, I've tried NC before, I've tried NC 35, 242, and none of them are my colour. She said, you look like you're an NC, you're definitely an NC. I said, no, I'm not an NC, I've tried an NC, that isn't my colour, I would just like to look at the C's. If you could just point to me where the face and body is, and if I could look at the C's, because everything seems to be boxed there when it comes to foundation, so you can't actually, well, unless it's in that mineralised section in the middle, with the MACs that I go to anyway, it's boxed up and you can't just go in there and open a box and look at the foundation. So I wanted like the testers that I should try it on my hand. And she was very much giving me the vibe that I was being very difficult and you know, I had all intentions of buying it, and I did buy it. But anyway, she said, oh well, I'll get you the C5 and the C6 then, but I just think it's a waste of time because it's not your colour, so you're just gonna waste time, and you're gonna end up asking me for the NC in the end. I was like, eh. And there was another woman that worked at MAC that heard her say this, and she smacked. I was like, eh. What is going on in here? I've never received this kind of customer service in any other shop. They usually lick arse, but in MAC, I'm not even asking them to lick arse. That's not what I'm asking them to do. I'm just asking them to do what they get paid to do, which is to help. Jeez Louise. But yes, it's so shocking, and this kind of situation always happens. But anyway, she was like to me, you know, here's C5, here's C6. If you're going to be any of them, it's going to be these two. Do you want me to put it on your face? I said to her, is it possible if I put it on my face? She was like, okay, here you go. So I squirted a bit on my hand, and I dabbed it here, and I could see that C6 was my colour. So I was very pleased that I finally, after 3 years, found my colour in MAC. So I was like, oh yes, C6 definitely my colour. I want to go with this. She went, are you sure? I don't think that's your colour. I said, yeah, you know, I'm happy with it, so I'm just going to go with it. She was like, okay then, and she giggled, and then she laughed. Like, she giggled, and then she walked off to her co-worker, and they were talking, and I could see that they were blatantly talking about me, because they kept on. I was like, okay, you couldn't make this any more obvious. Yeah, I went to the till to go and buy it, and she said, oh, you need to mention my name. I said, pardon? She was like, you need to mention my name because I helped you. I started laughing because I don't deal well with people being rude to me, especially when I'm not being rude to you. There's just no, why? What have I done to your life? Okay, so anyway, I was like, well, you know, well then I just won't buy it. I went to walk out the shop. Halfway walking out the shop, I realised, hold up a second, I came here specifically to buy this foundation. I'm going to buy this foundation. So I went straight back to the till and I paid for it without mentioning her name or mentioning anybody's name, and I walked out, and she gave me the dirtiest look ever and murmured to that girl that laughed previously just before with her, and then my camera overheated there as I was saying. So yeah, she just murmured to the other girl something about it, and then they burst out laughing, and as I turned around they were both like looking at me when I walked out the shop, so I was like smiling right in her face. Yeah, I thought that I would share that, and I feel like this is definitely just the UK. I think this does go in America because I've seen a few videos of girls talking about it in America, but I mean, when I went to MAC Malaysia, as soon as I walked in the shop, but the customer service in Malaysia is much more different. You have someone follow you around the shop, and when I first went over there, I was like, when the lady was following me, I was like, does she think I'm going to steal from the shop? Because usually in the UK, if someone follows you around the shop, it's because they think you're going to steal. So I was like, I'm not going to steal anything, but that's their customer service. They stand and they wait on you, and if you need anything, they're right there to help. But as soon as I walked into the MAC in Malaysia, I had 3 girls literally pouncing me like, hi, welcome to MAC, can we help you? And I was like, oh my god guys, yes you can help me. But that doesn't happen in England, and I don't know MAC, what's going on MAC? Where do you find these girls? Because I'm so fed up with them, to be honest with you. I reckon that they would have a lot more people coming into the shops if the girls were much more nice and less bitchy about things. But the girls are very bitchy about things, and it's just a bit, it's just, you don't want to go in the shop. It's like walking in, yeah, to a school canteen, yeah, and the popular girls don't like you. So they're all turning, looking, giggling and bitching, and you're just there like, that is exactly what it is like going into MAC, and I kind of dread going into MAC. So now that I know my colour, I will be ordering online. That is 100% definite. You will not see me in a MAC store ever again. Before you guys say, oh, this is a situation that only happened to you, I want to mention the fact that it has happened to every girl that I know that has ever stepped into MAC. Ever. So that's why I decided to make this video, because I haven't heard anything good about MAC, and I'm not trying to add to the negativity, but I'm sorry, I'm just going to tell you the truth, and that's why I don't like MAC. Yeah, so I thought I'd get that off my chest, share with you guys. Let me know if you've had a good experience with MAC. Let me know if you've had a crap one. So thank you for watching as usual, and don't ask me, I'm just very energetic today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
why the hell have you got so much foundation on your face when your face is so smooth? You could be wearing a BB cream or something. But you know, sometimes the makeup isn't even all that anyway, and I'm not a genius at makeup myself, but sometimes I do look at their makeup and think,